beer, rum, and rock and roll. Saving rock, one conversation at a time. With Randy Legault and Beau Shiminsky.
You ever hear a Boston girl have an orgasm? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Had it. Oh, God, that was so good. Now I'm going to stuff my fucking face with Pepperidge Farm.
Hello.
Oh, my.
That's just me and Ted hanging out in the Legault Post bunker.
That's how we're starting this show, is with Ted. That's crazy talk, Randy.
We are. One of the few movies that the sequel is almost better than the original, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not many. Not many.
Godfather comes to mind, but yeah, it's a short fucking list.
Yeah, I'd put Burgundy on there for sure.
Yeah, Burgundy's up there.
Oh, definitely. What's the Jennifer Aniston, Jason Bateman? She's a dentist. Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, Horrible Bosses, yes.
Yeah, those two are ridiculously good.
Yes, I would agree wholeheartedly.
Okay, so I see we're not in the studio, my brother. So
yeah, I think we all know why. You've got, a bunch of diseases I don't want to catch.
Story of my freaking life.
Yeah.
It's quarantined. No, not quarantined. We're socially distancing our beer, rum, and rock and roll podcast.
Yes. We're beginners. We're doing what we should be doing.
Oh.
The only thing I want to touch on there is how this whole thing is affecting the concert business, right?
Yeah.
So the quote is, AEG, one of North America's largest concert promoters, has aligned with its competitor, Live Nation. These guys run everything. They're suspending all artist touring until April. I bet you it goes longer in the wake of the pandemic. So I've got, for example, I had 4 shows on my docket, all postponed. One was tonight, actually, as we're taping this. So, and you'll never guess what the 4th one is. Rage Against the Machine. I got tickets. After all my ranting.
You did, eh?
Well, here's what happened. Long story short, my connection, who's phenomenal, they held a few tickets to the side. So I get a call out of the blue. Hey, do you want these? I go, sure, if they're the bass, the 190 bass, I'll take them. Sure. How does section 121, which is one section from the stage, row 1, on the aisle sound? Yeah, that sounds...
Dude, the aisle just puts it right over the top.
Dude, if you asked me what 2 tickets I want in that whole fucking building, it would be these 2 tickets. Because you had nobody to the left, nobody to the front, just the right is the wild card. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going eventually, whenever that happens. But,
Yeah, it's going to happen. Yeah.
Hopefully Roger doesn't get bumped, but it might happen. But that's not till September, so shit, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear you.
Yeah, we got South by Southwest canceled. Coachella bumped till October. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame bumped. Here's when I knew it was serious, man. When Kiss started canceling meet and greets. Like when Gene's leaving money on the table, I'm like, uh-oh, this is a fucking problem. This is a problem.
True. Definitely true.
There are worse things than, not being able to go to a concert. So
no, but it does show how hard it is. Not only touring acts, but if you look at local musicians that are playing, and that's how they put bread on the table. They're not rock stars. They're rock musicians or musicians in general. This is brutal.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing that got stopped. Oop, tour's canceled. Can't go. What am I going to do for this month or that month? And so the musicians and performers are getting hit pretty hard, man. And but what's interesting about that though is that I've seen a lot of contacts about, hey, let's do some music while we're stuck in our houses, Yeah. So they're generating and they're being super positive with it. You could see a plethora or however you want to say it. Yeah. Let's get deep. I'm at home, baby. I'm at home.
Keith Urban put on a whole fucking show, I think, on social media.
Yeah, he did. And
guys like him are going to be fine. it's your lower level guys that you're talking about that aren't going to be fine, you know? Okay, let's move on from that. Let's talk about another band of geezers that's reuniting. I don't know how big into Genesis you are. I don't like the early proggy Peter Gabriel stuff. I can't get into it.
No,
but the Phil Collins stuff, you know, I like 20 songs on a mix. I like some of that stuff. Well, they're going to do it again. So they're playing November 23rd to December 11th, just in the UK, without Peter Gabriel. Here's an interesting thing about it, though. So Phil Collins, he can't really drum anymore for whatever reason.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Just physically, it's not happening. So his 18-year-old son gets to drum for Genesis. Like, that's pretty cool. Right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And filling some big shoes there again.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
You think he's not going to be excited when he hits that drum fill from In the Air tonight? I mean, come on.
Now, I don't know. That'd be a really weird number to count of how many times I did that.
Oh, it's such a great song.
It is. And also cool about how he developed that that rhythmical pattern.
Yes.
With he was given some a new keyboard or a new brain for a synth.
Right.
And he was messing around with patches and drum programming and came across, you know, some sounds, and he created that loop, and that was just him fooling around, and it turned into the demo, into the track. You know, it's crazy.
Massive. You know what I think
what a
about
great song. Yeah.
When I think of that song, I think of Miami Vice, the 2-hour premiere where they used it at the end. It's the first time I saw music use that cool on TV. Like, it was a fucking game changer.
Right.
Do you remember that? The close-ups of the card wheel, and it was a whole thing, man.
I didn't watch Miami Vice. That was not my...
Oh, yeah. I had the fucking sockless shoes and the blazer.
Oh, dude. Really? Did you roll them up? Did you roll them up to win?
There was no... I might have pushed up the sleeves. Yeah, who knows?
You rolled them up to win, did you? That's nice. Very Canadian of you.
I think I dabbled for a couple of weeks or something.
You know, I notice I lean in when I want to get my point across to you.
Yeah.
It's fun. That's like I'm just got this rocking thing going on.
It's like SCTV.
Yeah.
The one other big tour announcement is, this is an inventive name. They must have spent a long time on this one. The Big Rock Summer Tour. It's like the Motley Crue one, only nowhere near the A-list, right? So it's Rat, Tom Kiefer from Cinderella, Skid Row, and Slaughter. So these are amphitheaters and theaters. These aren't stadiums, obviously.
Right.
But when I look at that lineup, Rat, only Stephen Pearcy, who I love, and Juan Crucier, the bass player, that's all that's left, and Hired Gun. So who cares? And Tom Kiefer I love, but I want to see him headline in his own thing. Skid Row without Sebastian Bach, don't care. And Slaughter, never cared. So this is not going to get my money. This is the short story.
Right. Big Rock. Yeah. Big Rock fell flat. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I agree. Yeah, it was not my cup of tea, and for a lot of that, actually, you know, just didn't.
Well, we both love Rat, but not when it's just two guys.
No. And I was a big DeMartini fan. Like,
yeah, you got to have him.
Yeah. If he's not there, it's like Zeppelin without Page. Really weird connection there, but he meant that much to the band, in my opinion. Yeah.
I agree 100%. Okay, man. Have you seen the latest entry in the Grumpy Old Man Rockstar competition or sweepstakes? Have you seen this? You know what I'm talking about?
Are you referring to the Robinson brothers?
Yes. No, it's not exactly new, but hey, we're always playing catch up. So let's run the clip so everybody knows what we're talking about, and we'll come back.
Yeah, great.
Pretty cool.
So it'd be nice if we could hear ourselves. So if you could just shut the fuck up a little bit. We're not going to be up here for that long, so if you could show us a little respect, we're happy to see you. I get it. We're happy to be here, but it's not any fun if we can't get into it. And we can't get into it when all I can hear is conversations. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? I really want to know. You know, you're fucking grown adults and you paid your money. You should fucking pay attention, you know? And it's a waste of my time to have to stop and ask to be polite while the people are performing. So, thank you.
What did you think of that, man?
What did I think?
Yeah. What was your initial response to that? What are your thoughts?
My initial response is how far they've come down. Wow, they're in a small little place.
Mm-hmm.
Are they like in a basement bar and he's just going off and no one's paying attention? And I know that sucks. That sucks when you got that going on. And they played a couple tunes and they kept going, but then they broke down again, right? Like this was throughout the night.
Yeah, a couple of times it happened, yeah.
That's important to know that it's like they kept playing, but he kept going back to it. And it just showed that they just didn't care. And I would have just, in my opinion, I think I would have just walked off before I would have said too much. I don't know. Why would you keep going and getting more upset? I think you just got to say, call a spade and be done with it. That's my first reaction.
Right. I loved it. Here's why. They've been doing this for years. Even when the Black Crowes were big, the two of them would go play small venues as a little treat to their fans.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a 400-seater in Philadelphia. It's called the Foundry. It's part of the Fillmore there. So they don't have to do this gig. They're doing it.
Right. They don't have to do it.
Tickets are expensive, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you get to see the Robinson Brothers. Cool. I'd be all over that, right? Here's the deal. I've been in positions like this, whether it's, usually it's not concerts in arenas, because usually that's so loud, people can do whatever they want. And it doesn't matter. But our comedy club or whatever, where people just can't shut the fuck up and enjoy the moment. I love that he went off. I wish he would have ranted longer. Like, fuck you. If I was there, I would have went, go, keep talking. Because I would have been as pissed off or more spending that kind of money, and the guy next to me, go to the pub and fucking talk to your buddies. Why would you spend that kind of bank to yak to your buddy about all the concerts you've been to your whole life? Go to the bar afterwards, maybe. I fucking hate that shit. It's just rude. It's for the crowd to be doing that.
But there's thousands of millions of rude people on the planet.
Absolutely. Think outside your little bubble. You know, this isn't quite this, but I took Reed to his first Flames game a couple weeks ago. And we were upper level, decent seats in the middle, all good. Well, behind us, to my right, there was half a dozen dudes, you know, younger guys.
Yeah.
Having beers and having a good time. Great. They talked, without exaggerating, the entire fucking game. They hardly paid attention to it. And I was like, why would you pay $100+ to do that? Go to a sports bar where the game's on and yak. Why would you pay? Like, they didn't pay attention at all. It didn't really bother me.
Yeah.
But I just thought, why are you doing that? Plus, they had their hats on backwards, which drives me crazy. Like, if you're over 30 and you got your baseball cap on backwards, you got to reevaluate your shit. That's what I think. That's the sidebar.
Yeah.
Turn your baseball cap around, you're an adult. Just yak, 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 yak. Or comedy clubs are bad too.
Yeah.
The comedians on stage, people are chatting about their day. What are you here for? Fuck off. So I love when a comedian goes off on those people. Oh my God. It's just my favorite thing. So when Chris did his thing, I just loved it.
I don't blame him, but I'm surprised that he wanted to keep going. It's like, fuck you. You know, I'm done. This is shit.
You know, the only time I've really experienced that, I went to see Robert Plant when he was doing his
All Cool one or whatever.
No. That was loud. Sensational Space Shifters, you know, when he was more of a chill vibe. But it was at an arena. It was at the Saddle Dome. So you could feel, I'm like, man, this should be louder, right? I don't know why it wasn't, but it was kind of on the edge where it's almost too quiet. Yeah. And you could feel people waiting for the Zeppelin, right?
Yeah.
So I had to say to these guys, hey, can you guys take it to the concourse? Because you're driving me bananas. And they just laughed and went, sorry, man. Like, exchange your recipes after the fucking show. But, man, it was brutal. Like, why are you there if you're not paying attention? I don't get this, man. That's just me.
That's the theme of the day today.
Come on, man. Before I leave this little rant.
Yeah.
if you're at a concert, I don't care who it is. Doesn't matter. I don't care who the fuck it is, at an arena, and you're the only person in your section standing, sit the fuck down. Gauge the room.
Oh, 100%.
If everybody's standing, you stand. If you're the one guy, or let's say you and your date, sit the fuck down. You're telling me you can't enjoy the show sitting down? You got to dance? Like, fuck off.
But there's a lot of people that look at me attitude, right? Look at me.
Dude. I've seen fights almost start. Excuse me, this move?
Yeah.
Fuck you. No, fuck you. Sit down. If everybody's doing it, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's end on hate to end on a downer on the news, but American producer Keith Olsen passed away. Now, for those of you who don't know who Keith Olsen is, he was featured in that Sound City doc, which I'm sure you've seen. He was the guy that pretty much put Fleetwood Mac together. Like, he was producing Buckingham Nicks.
Right.
Hey, Mick, why don't you come over and check these people out? He was that guy. So he produced Fleetwood Mac's first album. He produced Foreigner Double Vision. He produced Whitesnake 87 and Slip of the Tongue, a bunch of rock stuff.
And they're good sounding records, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was very, and he was one of the first guys into the digital thing. You can like that or not, but he was. Anyway, they talk about a lot about musicians passing away. Well, these guys are instrumental in why these guys sound great too. So
right. I always love that story. I always love that story, man, of, him being in town and kind of Mick Fleetwood I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And being in town and wanting to do something at the studio just because he happened to be around.
In Laurel Canyon, yeah.
And running into them in another studio and
who's that?
The serendipity, man. The serendipity.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's cool. It's cool.
And we're going to be talking about Ozzy later. He produced No Rest for the Wicked, Ozzy Osbourne album, which is awesome too. Okay, I finally read Elton John's autobiography. It's called Me. It's awesome. It's really good. Like, even if you aren't an Elton fan, it's super entertaining. Why? Because he's entertaining. Like, he's super self-deprecating. Like, he's going to make fun of himself way before you do. Like, he knows how bad shit he is or was. You know what I mean? He knows.
I don't know how he couldn't, man. I just
my God. I got a quote for you. This is awesome. I got a couple excerpts from the book I'll tell everybody about, and then I'll be done.
Okay.
He goes, I'm perfectly aware how ridiculous my life is, and perfectly aware of what an asshole I look like when I lose my temper over nothing. Okay? So here's an example. He's in his fucking hotel room or wherever he is. He calls the front office, where people that work for him, and he goes, it's far too windy here. Can you do something about that? Can you do something about the fucking wind? That's how crazy he was. He goes, and then in the book he goes, this is obviously the ideal moment to state once and for all that this story is a complete urban myth. Unfortunately, I can't tell you that because the story is completely true. Like, he's so coked out. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about that story, Randy, is that I just happened to be at an event in Banff, Alberta.
Yes. Right.
And I had this really cool room at the.
Okay.
I had a little private elevator to get up there, and it was just really cool. Really
private elevator.
Yeah,
nice.
A little thing. Went to our floor, and in the corner, so we had this great room. We see the nice Canadian flag there, billowing in the wind.
Yeah,
maybe about 25 feet from our window, maybe. Right. Wind picks up, right? That's all we heard for 2 full days was that flag flapping.
Did you call down?
I've had conversations with the guys downstairs going, man, I got this flag and it's like 20 feet away from my room. And
you did call?
It's so windy.
Did you call and say, can you bring the flag down?
No, I didn't. But I was saying, I was just talking to one of the guys at the hotel downstairs, the concierge or whatever, going,
yeah,
this flagpole.
Oh, that's
it's
awesome.
So goddamn windy. And he goes, yeah, it's pretty windy. Anyways, I could see how it might drive somebody nuts.
Oh, now you got me thinking about something.
Oh.
I was in Vegas once, stayed at New York, New York.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one with the roller coaster that kind of runs through it.
Outside there, yeah.
Oh, dude. There's nothing quite like being hung over and at about 8 in the morning you're at
The anxiety level just must go through the roof.
oh, dude. I'm like, who picked this fucking room? No wonder it was cheap. Oh, man.
Oh, fuck. I never forget the sound of that, man. My first time going on a roller coaster.
Oh, I love them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's explain what this first roller coaster ride was.
I'm not a ride guy, but I like roller coasters. Yeah.
The PNE in Vancouver at the grounds there, they had this old wooden roller coaster. Have you been on one of those?
I've been on the one at Magic Mountain, my friend. It's massive. They're rickety, though. They shake the shit out of you.
Oh, this is my point. And now the one at Magic Mountain was probably a little bit newer than the one that was in Vancouver at the PNE.
You know what one it is? Sorry to interrupt you.
Unbelievable.
Hang on. You know what one it is? The one I was on at Magic Mountain is the one in Vegas. Not Vegas. The one in The First Vacation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's that
Wally
one.
World.
Well, it's the Wally World one. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I was on that bad boy.
Same diff. It's like,
yeah,
it is so unnerving, man. And yes, it moves with the wind. Oh,
yeah.
But speaking of rock and roll, there was always the one ride at an amusement park that just cranked the living shit out of rock and roll.
The Himalaya.
Or the Polar Express or something.
Polar Express, same thing.
Right, yes.
Same thing, yeah.
That was the rock and roll ride in my youth, man. That went around and around super fucking fast, but super fun, and the tunes were blaring.
I worked that bad boy at Callaway Park.
No shit.
Oh, yeah. So you can bring your own music? This is, wow, we are
awesome.
This is a fucking tangent.
I did not know this about you.
You can bring your own tunes. So at the time, it's the 80s. I'm bringing in Van Halen and Priest and Maiden, and I was forever getting told to turn it down, right? Randy.
Did you talk? Did you go, you guys ready to go faster?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And all it was a dial that you turn on,
right?
And it gradually speeds up, and then you
just
got
a limiter on it. Sure.
Yeah, of course. It only goes so fast, but you time it yourself on your own watch,
right?
And then you just dial it down. Well, I was chatting up some chick or something, and I lost track of time, and there was only this father-son on the ride. Okay, I look over, and the kid's like this. He's just in agony. I'm like, oh shit.
You're going to hell, dude. You're going to hell.
I turn it down. The kid gets off and pukes in the bushes right in front of it. Oh man, it was a whole thing.
You're evil, man.
Oh, dude.
Well, this is why I don't trust rides, because the people that operate this shit are they suck so bad.
Oh, it was chicks. They'll distract you. Okay, back to Elton.
Yeah, Elton. Yes, Elton.
The only critique is, well, for me, because I'm such a nerd, I wanted him to get way more into the music and way more into the studio.
Right.
But he does it. He does that, but not as deep as I wanted. But here's a couple things that stuck out. Like the level of talent on this guy. In one morning, he writes Mona Lisas and Mad Hatters and Rocket Man before breakfast. What?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. That's Elton John. You know. So the only other thing I want to talk about in terms of the book, I am fascinated by the fact that one guy, Bernie Taupin, writes all the lyrics, gives them to Elton, he puts them on the piano, and he writes the music. Like, this is insane to me. I mean, Rush kind of did that with Neil, writing all the lyrics. But, oh man. So let me read you what he says about this, and then I'll be done. I'll be done on the Elton thing. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm not a musician who walks around with melodies in his head all the time. I don't rush to the piano in the middle of the night when inspiration strikes. I don't even think about songwriting when I'm not actually doing it. This surprised me. Like, okay. Bernie writes the words, gives them to me. I read them, play a chord, and something else takes over. Something comes through my fingers. The muse, God, luck, you can give it a name if you want, but I have no idea what it is. I just know straight away where the melody's going to go. But I've never had writer's block. I've never sat down with one of Bernie's lyrics and nothing has come out. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I don't want to explain it. Actually, I love that I can't explain it. Mm-hmm. It's the spontaneity of it that's beautiful. Like, I mean, you talk about serendipity or whatever. It's crazy how that works.
Yeah, I love, the film in the sense of it touched on how important that relationship was. Yeah, which is really important for people that are just getting into Elton John or want to understand him. That was, critical to his success.
Yes,
was that side of it. But yeah, his unique ability to turn that half into his half with such great melody and songs he's exceptional talent. And I when you said he can't explain it, that was the coolest part, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
different cat.
Highly recommend it. Like, I can hardly put it down. Like, it was awesome.
Right. I got a little package this week.
Oh, what you got?
This here T-shirt.
Well, I don't know. Well, I'm sure that's a band, but that's a cool T-shirt regardless.
Yeah. So the story behind this.
Yeah.
I was in the punk scene back in the 85-ish.
Right.
We were just a young teenage punk band looking to get things going. And there was a big band in town by the name of Beyond Possession. That
What's big?
Well, they were the big band at the time in Calgary.
Packing clubs kind of thing?
Yeah, like they put on shows, and they tour. Right. And SNFU was the band from Edmonton.
Right.
The same.
Right. Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Jack Hadley is the singer for Beyond Possession. Him and this guy by the name of Baby Whale came down and checked our band.
Hang on a second. Sorry. Baby Whale?
What? Big, huge dude. He was a plumber.
Of course he is.
A plumber by day. And he had this tattoo on his arm of this whale in these pipes. And we just had this name, Baby Whale.
Sure.
So
makes sense.
We came down and we're like 15, maybe 16. I can't remember. And saw us playing downstairs in our drummer's basement with the full drum kit, bass amp, guitar amps, no PA. The PA was a realistic tube or solid state amplifier stereo system that had a mic input.
Oh yeah, rock on.
So we're screaming over the drums. It was just hilarious. Anyways, they came down, checked us out, and put us on their next show or whatever. And we
nice. Started, so you guys were like,
totally cool. But we always loved Beyond Possession, and Ron put out some shirts. Happy to be wearing it, my brother.
So, are they still an entity? Like,
no.
So he just made some shirts for some fun.
Yeah, for his fans, and for the time, and for just the scene at the time was all age shows, because we were 15. Wasn't like
you were trouble, weren't you? 15. Holy fuck!
It was good times. Yeah, I had me a time back in '85.
Yeah, I bet you did. Yeah. Right on. That's cool. Well, it's a badass shirt, regardless. Yeah.
Yeah, and a cool band. It was great. Yeah. It was a great time to be playing music. Yeah.
Okay, speaking of badass bands, we're reviewing 3 new albums this episode.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the first band I want to talk about was on my list of artists that kind of do an artist spotlight on. So I want to talk about them a little bit before the album, because most people have no fucking clue who these guys are.
Sure. Tell us who they are, Randy.
Okay. They're the Supersuckers. I mean, what a great name. Right off the top.
The name is awesome, for sure.
Come on. Okay, Supersuckers, formed in 88, so they've been around a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're a 3-piece. They've dabbled in, having an extra guy, but primarily a 3-piece. And they've had 8 members. So people are coming in and out over the years.
Yeah.
But the mainstay on bass and lead vocals is my man Eddie Spaghetti.
Another great name. Another great.
Oh, dude, he's so awesome.
Yeah.
So he's bass player and vocals, and I love that he plays a Les Paul bass. Not enough guys play these. I just think they look cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 guys in the band currently are Marty Chandler on guitars and background vocals. He's been there since 2009, and Christopher Von Streecher on drums. Been there since 2012. So, but it's Eddie Spaghetti's baby. You know, it's his deal.
Mm-hmm.
Other than a couple country tinged albums they put out in their years together, they're basically, if you took, I don't know, AC/DC, the Ramones, and Motorhead and put them in a blender, this is what you're getting. Like, it's full on. With a, kind of like AC/DC, with a healthy dose of humor. Like, the sense of humor thing is rampant. Like, here's some song titles I'm going to lay on you. I want the drugs.
Yeah.
Rock your ass. Pretty fucked up. Shut your face. And I'm a fucking genius. I mean, that kind of tells you.
You're missing one of my favorites.
Oh, what's one?
Getting into each other's pants.
Oh, that's on the new one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
These are classics I'm talking about.
Okay.
These are Supersuckers classics. I'm not into the new shit yet.
Awesome.
Okay, first album comes out in 92, and they put out a steady stream of albums in the 90s, and then I come in at 99, the album Evil Powers of Rock and Roll. Fucking, I'm like, where have I been? This is so up my alley, it's not even funny, right?
Yeah.
The title track is just badass. And then, again, more albums. Motherfuckers Be Trippin' in 2003. Rock and Roll Records Ain't Selling This Year. I mean, what a great song. I've been working like a mother just to get the ride. I got my ass down in the gutter trying to irrigate this drought. Have no fear, cause now it's here. With Rock and Roll Records Ain't Selling This Year. I got my nuts against the grain, and yeah, you know that it's a bitch. Playing through the band and watching bands get rich. It's crystal clear to all my peers. The Rock and Roll Records, they ain't selling this year. They just don't care. They do what they do, and fuck you if you don't like it. There's a very punk rock attitude of this band.
Oh, I love it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you would. What else can I tell you? They took a break in 2009, and Eddie kept going. He put out a couple solo albums, more of a laid-back country kind of vibe, not the full rock thing. And he kicked throat cancer. They recorded with Willie Nelson, Steve Earle, Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. Like, people love this band.
Mm-hmm.
They've toured with Social Distortion, Bad Religion, Ramones, Motorhead, Reverend Horton Heat, New York Dolls, White Zombie, National Pussy, Airborne. They're a great opener. Because even if you don't know who they are, like the first time I saw them live, I didn't know who they were. They will win the crowd over. By the time they're done, they're 45 or whatever it is, they've got them. Like, because they're just no bullshit, balls to the wall fucking rock.
It kind of reminds me of like the Nashville Pussy aesthetic in the sense of they're just doing their thing the way they want to do it.
That's accurate.
And people respect it and love it and appreciate it and know that it's real because
it's real.
That's right.
It's fucking real.
And it's fun. And it's not trying to tell you anything different, you know?
It's real and it's fun. Those are 2 perfect words to describe this band. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm done with the spiel. What did you think of the album, the new album? I'm guessing, I could guess, but...
Well, I certainly enjoyed the listen, Randy.
Yeah.
First off...
Album number 13.
Right.
13.
Like, these guys are definitely dialed players. I mean, they haven't been there for all 13 records. Obviously, as you mentioned, that the band has moved around and players and what have you. But the records sounded great. Like, they sound great together. They definitely got a sound that is fun. You have to get your head past how, like you say, how much fun they have with their songs and lyrics and attitude.
Yes.
you can't be playing this at the family barbecue on a Sunday afternoon.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. I mean, I'd do it, but
some F-bombs, yeah.
For the common man, it's not going to happen. But I pleasantly smiled through most of it. It was a pretty fun. It's a fun listen, and we're just getting onto the lyrics. But yeah, I mean, come on. Track 2, getting into each other's pants.
See, I love laughing.
Who does that? They do.
Yeah.
Supersuckers does. That's right.
You're going to love this. The album was recorded in 4 days.
Love it.
At Willie Nelson's studio in Austin. 4 days. That's what you want.
Well, they're the band that gives that energy too, though.
I don't sense a lot of overdubbing going on.
No, but it's not over thought out rock either.
No.
This is fun. Have yourself a good time.
Yep.
Have a laugh. Listen to us wail away. And it's in your face. Love how it's mixed. It's great.
Yeah, that opening track ain't going to stop until I stop it. It's fucking awesome. The lyric, I say what I want, I do as I please, I care not a lot what you think of me. I mean, that's it. That's it.
That's their vibe, man.
That sets the tone for the whole album.
I might just go with this, you ought to know. I might just leave it in Mexico. Ain't gonna stop until I stop it. Ain't gonna let it go until I drop it.
Rock fans, get behind us and just have a fun.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a throwback, but man, it's such a cool throwback, right? They're just there's not enough there's not too many bands like this out there, and that's what's cool.
Again, the niche thing.
Yeah.
And they do it well. Always room for that stuff, man. Because how often do we get tired of hearing the same shit? It's a common thing. Yeah.
Love the 2 covers. The Michael Monroe cover, Dead Jailer Rock and Roll. Wow. That was awesome. Because I love Michael Monroe, and I remember that song well. I think Axl Rose sang backgrounds on it, on the original. And it was a video and the whole thing. They dig that one. It was awesome. And then Alan Toussaint, he's an old R&B guy from New Orleans, I think.
Yeah.
A Certain Girl. I couldn't stop laughing. The lyrics of that song.
For what he's singing it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love that cover, too.
Oh, well, there's a certain girl I've been in love with for a long, long time. I can't tell you. I can't reveal her name until she's mine. I can't tell you. Oh, I've tried to make her time and time again. Yeah. So introduced as nothing but friends.
If you're a rock fan, you're going to dig some of this, I think.
Oh, yeah.
The fun of it, man, for sure.
If you like your AC/DCs, and you're going to get something out of it, no doubt.
Yeah. No, good record to review. It was fun.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up on that one.
Yeah.
Anything else? Are you good?
No, I'm good. I had a good time. Yeah.
Okay, man. Up next, Green Day.
Yeah.
Father of All. Another 13th album. 13 albums, these guys.
Well, it's Father of All Motherfuckers.
I was trying to be clean.
Let's be clear on the title.
What can you say about these fucking guys? They've been around a while. They've been around since 90. Now, for me, I got into them at Dookie, like most people. Listened to the fuck out of that album, and then I lost interest pretty quick. I just overdid it.
Yeah.
And I ended up buying their international super hits in 2001. And I was good. And then in 2004, when they came out with American Idiot, I got interested again because that was just really strong.
Right.
And then shortly after that, I lost interest again. I mean, they put out 3 albums, for example, in 2012. Uno, Dos, and Tre. Remember that?
Yeah.
Each band member. I'm like, it was just too much. I'm like, I'm good. But this album got me back in. This is what I want from these guys, for me. This is exactly what I want. Oh, you don't? Awesome. Okay, let me finish oh, yes, we're going to disagree. Excellent. Okay, hang on. Butch Walker produces it. So for those of you who don't know who he is, he's an artist and producer. He has like 8 solo albums. He's produced Pink, Fall Out Boy, Pete Yorn, Seven Dust, Avril Lavigne, Weezer, Taylor Swift, The Struts, Katy Perry. So you're going to get that pop.
How dare you?
You're going to get that pop sensibility in there, right? The whole album clocks in at just over 26 minutes. So it's go, go, go. There's only one track that's 3:45, and there's 2 of them that are under 2 minutes. So it's a fun party album.
Well, Green Day, when I first heard them, I just loved their sound. It had a punk aesthetic with some angst and some rawness, and it was all the things I like with some really good pop sensibility and a really great singer.
Hooks.
He just hooks, and the sound of his voice and everything about him, and that whole vibe of that band was awesome. The bass player's vibe, the drummer's quirky vibe, and him. 3 uniquely talented, gifted, interesting individuals.
He sang with an accent, which was always made me laugh. Are you British?
Yeah.
No, I'm American.
Yeah. Well, they're doing it back the other way.
Are you in the Clash?
Off the other way. Yeah. But I loved it. I loved the pop sensibility of it all.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about this band. I loved it. I love the hooky poppy stuff, right?
Hooky poppy stuff, yes.
But with aggression and all that.
Yep.
But this record, and not surprising with the Butch Walker thing, the sound of it was not Green Day to me. It left me flat. It was, and I know Butch and has a producing style, I'm sure that had some elements in this, but the bookataka kind of poppy anthem rock that didn't sound like Green Day to me is all over this record. And there is only one song,
Which one?
that I absolutely love, and that is Sugar Youth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that one.
And I didn't feel much of Green Day anywhere else on this record other than, and sure, give them credit. They're doing different things and that's what they want to sound like and do. But as a Green Day fan, there's a Green Day I like, and it's not on this record at all.
Wow, it's awesome how everybody's different, how it hits your ear, whatever. Because this is exactly what I think Green Day sounds like.
Wow, and the backing vocals, like the stuff that goes in there with those high backing vocals.
Yeah, I love that.
I hate it.
You hated it. That first single, Father of All, I fucking love it. I love the falsetto thing he's doing. I love the drumming. Like what he does on that little tiny kit, I love. And I love that bass thing. You know what I'm talking about? When he was just little things. Here's what I thought you were going to say you didn't like about it. All the hand clapping on every song. Because I know you don't like
way
that.
Too much. That's what I was going. Boom, boom, kataka. It was like, oh, God.
I remember being in a vehicle with you. That Runaway song, You Drive Me Wild, came on. And I'm like, I think I love this song. And you go, I really like it, but I hate the hand clapping. So when I started listening to this album, and there's a lot of that clappy shit, I'm like, Beau's gonna hate it.
Yeah, I couldn't take it. I really couldn't take this. I mean, granted, I like the hook of the first track. We'll just get back to the first track that you're talking about here. What was
it's my favorite track in the album.
Father of All. Right.
It is.
Now, it is a great song, but the vocally, what I expect of them didn't work for me.
That's what I liked about it.
And the high falsetto,
I like that he's doing something I haven't heard on every other fucking Green Day record.
Yeah, I like Green Day for being Green Day.
The video, I also love. Why? Because it's a takeoff on Elvis. It's the 68 comeback special with the red and the silhouette.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got the gold LeMay blazers. Oh, dude, I'm all over it. And he's fucking Mike Dirt's playing the Rickenbacker. Oh, dude. And that second track, same thing. It reminded me of the Hives. You know that Hive song? Hate to say I told you so.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
them? It sounded like that.
Yeah.
How about Oh Yeah, the little Joan Jett ripoff? You didn't like that one? Well, sorry, not Joan Jett ripoff. Joan Jett ripoff of Gary Glitter, who's a sex offender, I might add.
We know this about that man. But
who still gets played at every fucking hockey game.
The Gary Glitter thing is just this record. Like 5 of the 11 tracks on this record are Gary Glitter kind of stomp tracks that just drive me crazy.
Stomp tracks. It's fun. If you threw this on at a party, energy up. Like, that's all I'm saying. How about Stab You in the Heart, which is a complete ripoff of the Hippie Hippie Shake? Did you notice that?
Yeah,
I stab you in the heart. Hippie Hippie Shake. All over it. I thought it was fun. This is Green Day and we don't give a fuck mode. This is what this is. And I'm buying it. They don't give a shit. Because if they gave a shit, they'd give you what you wanted. They don't care. And that's what I love. And that's punk to me. I'll give you that hand clappy thing got a tinge repetitive, but I just found myself tapping my foot, and that's it for me. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm liking it.
Yeah. I was absolutely miserable after I listened to it.
We finally, like, we don't disagree a lot, so I like that. Yeah. Don't listen to Beau. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I'll send you. I'll put a playlist of Beau's playlist of Green Day on our podcast notes to let you know what you should be hearing. Anyway,
right. Hey, I'm not saying it's their best album, but I enjoy that it's different.
It's different.
Yeah,
it's definitely different.
Because they're a different band now. You know that. Sometimes there's 3 guitarists on stage.
Right.
They're way past this 3-piece punk thing. Like, they're way past that.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
Okay, thumbs up, thumbs down. Awesome. I like that. Okay. Our third one.
Mm-hmm.
The Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, released his 12th solo album. His first in a decade, Ordinary Man.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll give you a little background on the album for the people listening, a little background on it. So, Kelly Osbourne, Ozzy's daughter, says, "Hey, Dad, you should work with Post Malone." Yeah. Ozzy goes, "Who the fuck is Post Malone?" Right? Long story short, he calls the guy up. They cut a track called Take What You Want for a Post Malone album, okay? Mm-hmm. One track. It's Ozzy and this guy named Travis Scott, a rapper, and Post Malone. All 3 of them are on the track. Mm-hmm. When I last checked, over 54 million views on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Wrap your head around that fucking number. Mm-hmm. 54 million. Apparently Kelly was right. So get Dad in front of a new audience, and that's what Ozzy does, right? It's produced by this 29-year-old guy, Andrew Watt, who at 23 was in a band called California Breed. This kind of got by me. Were you into them? It's one album. So it's Glenn Hughes and Jason Bonham. They were in Black Country Communion, who I love. When that fell apart, then Hughes and Bonham and Andrew Watt formed this California Breed, did one album. Anyway, it got by me. I don't know the album. Anyway, he's also a producer.
Right.
And as a sidebar, he just got tested positive for coronavirus. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. And
29, going back and forth to the studio. Yeah. So anybody thinks they can't get it, give your head a shake on that one. Because
100%.
It can happen to anybody. Right. Okay, sidebar. So he does this song that gets 54 million hits. So after that happens, Ozzy drops him a text. He says, "Hey, I want to make an album with you." So Andrew Watt's freaking out. Holy fuck, Ozzy wants me to produce his next album. He's 29. Did I mention that? So he goes, I pick up the phone and call Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers, who he's friends with.
Right.
Dude, Ozzy just asked me to make an album with me. Are you down to it? Chet Smith. Are you fucking kidding me? When? When? Just name a time.
Yeah.
He's also friends with Duff McKagan.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Are you kidding me? When? So there's your rhythm section. Duff and Chad, a couple of hacks. Andrew Watt on guitar.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So here's the quote. It's a little long, but I think it's awesome. Here's what Andrew Watt said about making the album. We wrote and recorded Ozzy's entire album musically in 4 days. The three of us got in my basement, put on headphones, looked at each other, and wrote 12 songs, 10 of which are on the album. It was magic. Then Ozzy comes over to my basement to listen to the music. I played him 10 tracks at full volume. And at the end, he goes, "It's cool." That's all he says. So he comes over the next day, and we made Ozzy's entire album from top to bottom, music, guitar solos, vocals written in 4 weeks. It's the proudest of anything I've ever been because it brought the 12-year-old kid out of me again. Don't get me wrong. I love pop music that I make because he does a lot of that shit. Mm-hmm. But this is what I feel I was born to do. Play rock guitar. I got to be fucking Randy Rhoads in 2019. And that just put a smile on my face. Like, I mean, come on. Yeah. Right? Yeah. There you go. So that's a little background on how the album came together. And that's just an awesome story, right?
No, 100%. And
yeah,
the this Andrew Watt character, yeah, he's done some like you probably heard the song on the radio, Senorita, and with Shawn Mendes, and pop sensibilities. Yeah. First track, I'm thinking these strings come in. I'm going, Mr. Crowley. I'm going, okay, all right. This is sounding like an Ozzy record, and it's to sound like an Ozzy record. And I'm going, and how old is this man? And it sounds like an Ozzy record. He hasn't missed a beat.
Yeah.
And that first track, I was just pretty engaged, man. And not anybody, although I knew the guitar tone as soon as it came in, that Slash was involved in this track.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
So that's already dialing in on me.
How about you're listening to Straight to Hell, the track you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you hear, "All right now."
Yeah.
I mean, I got full goosebumps, man. And then, "Come on now," right off Sabbath.
Yeah. Oh. There's a whole bunch of Sabbath all over this record, man.
Oh, dude.
Then track 2 happened, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, yes. I don't like that one that much.
Right. And I'm going, uh-oh.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's okay.
It's right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but then the old Sabbath sound came back with Goodbye.
God,
and
I'm agreeing.
Like, oh my God. And I love the double time at the end. Anytime that happens, I'm a big fan. Yeah.
Well, I love the way that song keeps changing pace.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And that guitar sound, it could be on a 9 Inch Nails album. And I love 9 Inch Nails, so I have no problem with that. But some people are probably like, "Oh, it's too processed." Fuck it. It sounded cool to me.
But then track 4 happened. I just got pulled back to the 80s and a power ballad, awesome melody-driven Ozzy track that the chorus is just so catchy and so awesome.
Oh, you do like it?
Oh, I do, man.
Oh, it's a well-written song.
It is so well done for him.
Oh, I thought you weren't going to like it.
No. I was really digging how that brought me back, and Ozzy still being able to do it at this point is just amazing.
Like, it was very moving. And Elton John on that second verse, and you got Slash on this one too, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Slash is all over this one too. Yeah. But they knew this was going to be the big power ballad, and I know Slash would have wanted to have been on this track 100%. It's an awesome track.
It is, and lyrically, it's moving stuff. Like, "Don't forget me as the colors fade. When the lights go down, it's just an empty stage. Don't know why I'm still alive."
Yeah.
Like, he's very reflective.
Oh, yeah.
On this album, man.
And
dude.
I loved it, man. I totally did.
Have you seen the video?
No.
So it's him in like it might be his home theater, like a kick-ass home theater setting by himself, watching the video to the song, and it's basically highlights through his whole career. Like I was like welling up. Like it's a powerful track.
The rest of the record, it didn't do much for me.
Okay.
At all, really. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't believe you didn't like Under the Graveyard. I fucking love that song. No? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Under the Graveyard's awesome. And it's got an awesome video. Have you seen the video?
No.
So the video it's like a mini movie. It tells the story when Ozzy got kicked out of Sabbath in like 80. He's in that hotel room in Hollywood, basically drinking and drugging himself to death. That's what he's doing. And then Sharon shows up and it saves his life. So it's a video about that period of time where he was trying to kill himself.
Right. Did you
really
watch the video before you heard the song?
No, I heard the song first because he was spoon feeding these tracks for months, eh? So before I heard the whole album, I'd heard these songs.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And I really like the chorus in this song. I love this song. Right. And again, lyrically, today I woke up and I hate myself. Death doesn't answer when I cry for help. Like it's really him, again, pouring his heart out. And the song, I think, is powerful. I think it kicks ass. Track number 10, the second last one, It's a Raid. That one rocked. I thought that was cool.
Oh, you know what? I do have the note there. Yes, so fun.
And any song that ends with Ozzy screaming, "Fuck you all."
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. No, I did have a note there on that particular track. And it wasn't like you had this kind of hip hop pop.
No.
Really massive influence on this track. And I wrote fun. Yeah. So I think that was, and actually I kind of liked Ozzy's tone on this song.
Yeah.
It was really different for him.
Okay.
And that is true. There is track 10 on this record.
Yeah. And that's where the album should have ended. I don't know why.
Absolutely. Done.
Why did they tack on Post Malone's hit at the end? Because I don't like it. It's okay, but it's not my thing. But why put that on the Ozzy album? I don't get it.
Andrew Watt.
True, but it's already, God, it's got 54 million views. Like, enough.
Andrew Watt.
Okay. But they should have ended at 10. A nice 10.
100%. This track should never have been on this record. Sorry.
It didn't belong on the album.
No.
We agree.
Yeah.
Okay, quick random thoughts. Sounds like Ozzy's having a blast. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Sonically, wasn't that much different than Scream 2010. Like it kind of had that modern, overproduced rock sound. So I don't think anybody should have been shocked by that if they were. The guitar stuff, the guitar work was okay, but this was not Zakk Wylde level guitar playing.
No, you knew there was another guy involved. Definitely.
It was okay.
It was okay.
It wasn't.
You know how many great guitar players are out there? There's a lot.
Yeah.
But he was able to do it in his room. Whatever he did, he did what he did with it. I agree.
Yeah,
the guitar was not up to the level of what Ozzy's put in front of him over all these years. It's always been focused on.
It didn't ruin it.
It didn't ruin it, but you knew it was missing.
Yes,
it was missing.
That I agree with.
That's why he brought in Slash, and that's why he brought in Morello.
Yes,
to give him a little bit of that, but he needed more of it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Ozzy's getting a shitload of help vocally, production-wise, but it still sounds like Ozzy.
But it sounds like Ozzy. That's what I love about the record. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had no problem with that either. And I put a note too, if this is his last album, just like if Sabbath's last album is 13, which it probably is, good. That's fine. He's going out on a high.
That with that ballad "Ordinary Man" as his kind of swan song.
He's got nothing to prove. Good.
Nope.
Right? And yeah, he won't die an ordinary man. Not to be cheesy about it, he will not.
That's what I love about the album cover and the title of the record. Ordinary Man is just beautiful, poetic.
I mean, I didn't say this, but I'm going to. What the hell? We're here. When Ozzy's got his fucking back against the wall, here's another thing I thought of. So in 1980, he gets kicked out of Sabbath. What's he do? Blizzard of Oz. It's Randy Rhoads. Fuck you. Boom. Randy Rhoads dies. Right? 3 years later, what's he do? Gets Jakey Lee. Bark at the Moon. Awesome. Boom. Jakey Lee leaves in 87. What's he do? Zakk Wylde comes in. No Rest for the Wicked. Awesome. Boom. Like, this guy is good when the fucking chips are down. Right? 2010, Scream. Gus G on guitar. He thought Zakk sounded too much. His albums were sounding too much like Black Label. Mm-hmm. Gets rid of him, brings in Gus G. Boom. Successful album. It's hit and miss for me, but still, it's decent. Mm-hmm. Then he fucking, before this one, has that fall. Postponed shows. Fucks up his neck. Parkinson's. Comes out with this. Mm-hmm. But this guy, you can't fucking keep him down. And I think people root for him, and I think it's awesome. Right?
Yeah, and like you said, technology assisted or not, the guy's putting in the effort, and it's not easy.
The guy's putting in the effort. Yeah.
It's not easy, and I know that this guy, from what I've heard and his products over the years, is that he wants it a certain way, and he's going to work his ass off to get there. He's not just going to let it go out the door and mail it in. That's not Ozzy.
Okay. That's it for that.
Thumbs up for the first half of this record, man. Thumbs up all the way.
Yeah. I liked about 3/4, so I'm just a little past you, but yeah. More good than bad for me.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going. We got something big to finish with here, man. Top 10 Metal Frontmen.
Okay, can I just say one thing?
You can say one thing.
For those of you who don't know this, who haven't watched every episode, which you should have.
Yeah.
In episode 9, we did top 10 rock, hard rock frontmen. So we took care of Bon Scott. We took care of Robert Plant, blah, blah, blah. So this is just how we would define metal, or how we justify what metal is. So
right. And to be clear and unclear at the same time.
Yes.
It is very unclear what really describes metal, because there's so many variations of it.
However you want to justify it, yes.
Right. So there's going to be some controversy or conversation on that, which is going to be awesome. So,
but for people, where the fuck is, Roger Daltrey? Well, he's not metal. So
he's not metal. Exactly. Okay. Well, I got a pick. So we got the
toss the pick.
We got the Angel with the guitar, the Flying V, or the Ear Candy logo.
The Angel's been unkind to me. So I'm going to go logo.
Let you pick. You're going to go logo?
Yeah, the Angel's been unkind. So I'm going to go logo this time.
All right.
Okay, buddy, your pick. Are you first or second?
I'm going to go second. I'm going to let you lead off this whole thing.
Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
I got some caveats always off the top.
Right? That's how we're going into this, is right away with, let's just be clear.
Well, I want to clarify a couple of things, and you'll know why.
Okay.
You'll know why in a minute. Mm-hmm. So obviously this is voice, on, off stage, charisma, contribution to the band, whatever you want to do.
Right.
But my big one is, these are my picks of these 10 guys and 3 honorable mentions in their prime.
Okay.
Not today necessarily. Okay. In their prime. Okay.
All right.
That's how I'm doing it.
Okay. 10.
Hang on. I got mine backwards, so I got to scroll. Okay. Coming in at number 10. You ready?
Yes.
Mr. Unskinny Bop himself, Bret Michaels. Ah!
Oh,
I had you.
Every rose has its thorn.
Just for a second, I had you. You kind of slouched. I don't think I can be friends anymore.
Wow, I know you want to get me, but I'm not really usually prepared for it. So this is.
And I have zero poker face. I just laugh immediately, which kind of defeats the whole purpose. Oh man, any singer who's headband is attached to his wig.
Yeah.
Come on, he's got to be top 10.
Well, good pick. Good pick.
Okay. All joking aside.
For sure. Let's go.
Number 10 for me, back to your point of defining what metal is.
Yeah.
This would be what I would call alternative metal. The incredible singer for Faith No More, Mike Patton.
Right.
This fucking guy. I had the privilege of seeing these guys live in San Francisco a few years ago. Oh my God, it was awesome. Anyway, his vocal range is insane. His styles that he uses within the same fucking song sometimes.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He's got a 6-octave voice, this guy.
Yeah.
So he'll fucking scream like death metal screams, and he'll to crooning like Sinatra. Like, he's unbelievable. And on stage, you can't take your eyes off this guy. He's fucking incredible. And another thing I love is the sense of humor abounds. Like, when they came back after a long hiatus, that's when I saw them. They opened and made it cool, reunited by Peaches and fucking Herb. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
That's who these guys are. He's incredible. And for my 10 picks, I picked 3 songs. I mean, I could go on and on, but the 3 I picked were Small Victory and Midlife Crisis off Angel Dust, and the crooning thing. King for a Day is an awesome album. This song called Just a Man. Oh my God. I mean, the guy is just an incredible vocalist. I don't know what else to say.
Right.
Yeah. Mike Patton, number 10.
Okay. Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn coming in at 10.
Marilyn comes in at 10.
Yeah.
He's just on the strange, weird, total, everybody's talking about him. The songs that, the tone of his voice, the sonic sound of the band that he had such influence in.
Yeah.
Everything about him was so big and so large and so metal, but in a new...
It's so metal.
Right?
Yeah.
Like metal in a way that this is not what your parents want you to listen to metal.
This would be more of an industrial metal. Well, at the beginning.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
But I put Marilyn Manson in at 10 because I just think it was so iconic and so his name was everywhere and everybody had to find out what this guy was doing.
You will not get pushback from me on that one, man.
Yeah. So Marilyn's at 10 for me.
Right on. Good choice.
Okay.
Number 9 for me, the little German, Klaus Meine.
Oh, you got the Scorps in there.
Oh, fuck yeah. The Scorps. His voice is so distinct because it's got that German accent in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know it's him, like 2 words, maybe one, maybe a syllable.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a unique tenor that goes from a song like Holiday to I Can't Get Enough, where he's screaming his ass off, and Blackout, those kinds of songs.
Right.
And he wrote a lot of the Scorpions lyrics, along with their drummer, Herman Rarebell, wrote a lot of lyrics as well. But a little anecdote I want to add is in 81, when they were recording Blackout,
right,
he lost his voice. Like, he couldn't speak.
Wow.
Yeah. And the doctor advised him that you should consider another job. Like, it's fucking over, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's early.
And he said, fuck that. Took some therapy, couple vocal cord surgeries, and he came back. But it was that close where he was going to have to do something else. And I'm glad it worked out because I love his voice.
Right.
Number 9, Klaus Meine. Scorpions.
There's so many great Scorpions tracks, and
come on.
Yeah, they were just so unique sounding band because of his vocals, 100%.
Yes, for sure.
What am I at? Number 9?
Number 9, man.
Phil Anselmo. You got to give Pantera credit.
Yeah.
They were doing something super cool and super their own thing. And he was a big part of that. Like, and his energy on stage and his growl.
What energy?
Like, does he stop for a second? You know, this guy. But But his vocal, the songs they wrote,
Yeah.
and the way he sang them, like The Walk, oh, it is so awesome. The
word is so metal.
So metal. Cowboys from Hell.
That's still my favorite song of theirs.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You know, he's so energetic on stage. I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me, but I feel like I read he had really bad neck and back problems just because of the shit he did on stage. Like he was that.
You see this move, like it's so, and his hair whips and his neck, his shoulders, his rhomboids. It's nuts.
It's raw, man. I mean,
but his vocals too. Like he had such a unique sound, and the music they did together was bang on.
Well,
metal.
Pantera in the '90s, they were flying the metal flag. They were the only ones, or one of the few ones, right? They were the band.
And I'm not a huge metal fan. Like that's
right.
I like you can.
I'm surprised by that. Yeah, I'm surprised by that choice, actually. Yeah.
But
from you, Andy.
But for them, it's just some really great records, really great sounds.
Yeah.
The whole thing, but paired with his vocal and him and who he is.
Okay, good. Okay, remember how I said it's guys in their prime?
Yeah.
This is why I said it.
Okay. What is this, 8?
Number 8.
Yes.
Vince Neil. Here's the thing about Vince Neil. People hear Vince Neil and they think of the bloated, fat, can't sing Vince Neil. Just like Elvis. People hear Elvis and they think fat fuck in a jumpsuit. That was all at the end. I'm talking in Vince Neil in his prime, Girls, Girls, Girls tour. There wasn't a better frontman out there. He worked that fucking stage. His voice, say what you want, on record, is completely unique. Proof of that, they get rid of him, their career fucking tanks. Tanks. They're playing bars when he left. Why? Because he is the sound of that band. He just is. Without him, they're not Motley Crue. And his voice is really cool. And live, he's fun to watch. That's why he's number 8. Live Wire, Looks to Kill, Dr. Feelgood. Put another guy singing that doesn't have the impact. No way. There you go. That's my pitch on Vince Neil, number 8. And I love Motley Crue. That doesn't hurt.
Right. Yeah.
And he's one of the reasons. I think he's great. I think he was great.
Right. Yeah, it's tough to watch the videos now, but even at the time, I love the aggression of Motley Crue. I'm not poo-pooing on your pick here, just in the sense.
Oh, go ahead. That's what this is all about. Go ahead.
For me, the pitch just got to me a little too much, too often.
Well, you bailed after Shout at the Devil.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There you go. There you go.
But
I was all in, baby. All in.
Yeah.
I've heard that from more than one guy. That nasally pitch doesn't work for everybody. I think it sounds cool, but yeah.
And you know I'm kind of picky in a few different ways, you know.
Yes, you are. Did he eat his peas one at a time? Is it something like that?
Okay, number 8.
You're picky with singers like Seinfeld's picky with girlfriends.
Right. And he is that.
Okay, buddy.
8 for me is Rob Zombie. With the metal thing, I like the colorful front man that has all eyes on them. And like when I first heard, and I guess my first introduction to Rob Zombie was like probably a lot of people, Dragula. And he scared me.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And I think for some, in metal in my ways, I like it to be a little scary somehow.
Yeah,
to pinch that note a little bit. Although he's not, he's more comic.
He's cartoony.
Yeah, comic book scary. But with his look, and his vocal, and with all that he brought, like Marilyn is scary, but Rob was on a much more cartoony level. But
Rob was more fun. Marilyn was
more fun. Exactly, and so and I like that. And again, this is my metal because I'm not into that really heavy metal stuff. Yeah. I like some of the wink and the nod and the fun and the frivolity and the, pushing the envelope a bit. Rob Zombie ends up there for me.
I love Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good one.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we? 7?
Yeah.
Manson.
Ah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. Here's a little background to me and Marilyn. So
me and Marilyn.
I
know he had a pretty heavy impact on you.
So I see the video for Sweet Dreams. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm man enough to admit this. I'm looking at it going, it's fucking Alice Cooper for the 90s. He's trying too hard. I just kind of wrote it off a little bit, right? Like kind of, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't give it much of a chance, you know? And I remember I was in Vancouver. I remember this vividly. And a buddy of mine phones me. And he goes, put it on Much Music. I go, okay. And the video for Beautiful People was starting.
Awesome. It's so
You
good.
remember that guy you thought was a fucking here today, gone tomorrow fucking guy?
Right.
Call me back when this video's over.
Yeah.
Well, holy fuck. I couldn't have been more wrong. Like the video's awesome. He's awesome. The song's awesome. I loved everything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been a fan ever since. Got all his albums. I like all his albums, some more than others. I think he's brilliant. I really do. Yeah. And he's doing his best work, or some of his best work now. 2 albums ago, that album, Pale Emperor, it's fucking incredible, man. And I think he's awesome. And now when I think of Sweet Dreams, that's one of the best covers I think it's ever been done. His vocal on that is so great.
That's when you do a cover and you twist it like he did.
Yeah.
Oh. And with his look.
And if he was just shock value guy, he would have been long gone. Because he hasn't shocked anybody for fucking 15 years.
We're in a different world of shock now,
but the music's there.
Yes.
It's there.
Yeah.
Right?
And the thought behind the music is there.
Absolutely. And he's a smart guy. He's not smart enough to stop doing drugs, but he's a smart guy. Remember Bowling for Columbine, the Michael Monroe documentary?
Yeah.
He shows up.
Yeah.
And he's the smartest guy in the fucking thing.
Sure. And he tries to play humble about it, but he knows it too. Yeah. No,
yeah. And any guy, this is early on, granted, who cuts himself on stage for the entertainment of me, I'll give you some money. Yeah. This guy was committed, man.
Yeah.
And anybody that pisses off the religious right to that level, I remember the first time I saw him was the Antichrist Superstar tour, the peak of his fucking, this guy's the walking devil himself. I had to cross the first time ever, cross this shit, the picketers and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you for real? So your beliefs, fine, are so strong and so deep. You're threatened by that guy?
Yeah.
Well, you're pretty fucking fragile. Yeah. You're threatened by some rock star singing to maybe 1,000 people.
Yeah. I just loved how casual he was with it all. When he'd be interviewed and talking about it, he'd be like, and
he would annihilate the interviewer always.
And he'd use words that, you'd have to look up in a thesaurus and figure it out.
Because that interviewer was briefed a certain way.
Yes.
And then he shows up and you're like, uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Well, there's nothing to do there. The tape is rolling, baby. It's
I personally, I get a kick out of somebody who can stand on stage in front of a pulpit and rip pages out of the Bible and throw them into the crowd. Mm-hmm. That just makes me laugh. Because if I'm religious and I'm confident in that belief, that's not going to bother me at all.
One man's garbage is one man's potpourri, as Jim Carrey would say.
Send your hate mail to me. Yes, I fucking love Marilyn Manson. Yeah. Okay?
Good. 7. Okay.
7, yes.
This guy. I sat in his chair.
Where was his chair?
At a club.
Okay.
In Hollywood.
Oh, now I know. Yes, I was there.
Mr. Lemmy. Mr. Lemmy.
There. Mr. Kilmister.
Yeah. Again, the punk roots and this kind of metal to me was really important at that time.
Yeah.
Ace of Spades. I can still listen to that song at 11.
Yeah.
Anytime it comes on, it does not matter.
Absolutely.
Because the music they created, that he was driving the bus, and the way just his aura was heavy, so heavy in a rock-based metal in some ways, but angry, dark, deep, awesome. Yeah.
And fun.
We are the road crew. Like, come on, man.
It wasn't all dark. Like fucking Eat the Rich and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Eat my, what is it? Hot dog torpedo. What the hell's the line?
Something like that.
It was something like that. My bacon torpedo. I don't know what it was, but
Nick, my love pump.
Oh, I loved it. We should,
yeah.
But there was just something about him as the face and head and lead of that band, and how it worked with the style of music I was really loving, and how heavy and fast, which means metal to me, is Lemmy, baby. Love it.
What's cool about Motorhead, or one of the things, is punk enough for the punks, metal enough for the metalheads. Like they kind of were right in that sweet spot, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember the first time the first time I saw Motorhead, the memory isn't as what it used to be, watching the new music, and it might have been Ace of Spades or Chase is Better Than the Catch, something from that album. And it's that live video, and he's got that mic stand high and down. I'm like, what is happening? And he's got his neck
like that.
This is badass. This is
it was awesome. Do you remember the Hammersmith record cover?
Yeah.
With that visual of the plane and the bomber and him. I stared at that for hours and hours and hours, and just thought, that is so heavy. So fucking heavy.
Oh, fucking Motorhead is so awesome.
So awesome.
Okay, number 6. Love this singer. Obviously, he's number 6. Lake to Pantera, their band, on their second album, toured with Pantera as an opener. So they are not, the band he sang for is not and should not be lumped in with Warrant and Whitesnake and fucking White Lion and all these fucking bands. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Pretty sure I do.
Skid fucking Row. They are not like these bands. They are way more metal, and Sebastian Bach is my pick for number 6. He's an incredible fucking singer. Incredible. Fucking his range is deadly. His energy on stage, I've seen him a ton of times. I saw Skid Row open for Jovi, and I saw them headline an arena for Slave to the Grind. And then I've seen him do a solo thing many, many times at casinos and whatever. And he always puts a smile on my face. He comes out whipping that mic and whipping that hair. He is into it. And he's into rock. Like, you'll never meet a bigger Kiss fan. You'll never meet a bigger rock fan. I fucking love him. He's what I want a rock star to be.
Yeah.
He really is. And back in the day, you didn't know what, he's kind of like Axl. You didn't know what this guy was going to do. Because he was young, had money, and he was out of his mind. Like, you can go on YouTube, and there's footage of him jumping in the crowd, beating the fuck out of a guy that gave him the finger. Like, that sounds maybe lame now, but that's what a rock star should be. Mm-hmm. That's what it was back then. It had some edge, right? He did some stupid shit. Like, remember he wore that T-shirt that said, AIDS kills fags dead. Like, he did some stupid shit.
I don't know why I'm laughing at that, but
I know it was terrible, but he's trying to get in the paper and whatever. But I think he's awesome. Youth Gone Wild, Monkey Business, fire that up. Mm-hmm. And the mellower side, In a Darkened Room off Slave to the Grind. You won't hear a better fucking vocal, man. He's an incredible singer, and he still does it. No backing tracks, all live. Have I sold that enough? Sebastian Bach, number 6. I love the guy.
You don't get any complaints from me on that pick, and we may get into Sebastian a little later. Let's go to go to 6.
Okay, man.
I got James Hetfield in at 6. Now,
Ooh.
Again, back to the punk days and what was happening. Metallica shows up with Kill 'Em All.
Yeah.
We're like, this is sick. Just loved it.
So were you in on album number 1? Like you were in there?
We were into Metallica as soon as they happened.
I don't have that notch, yeah.
But not saying I had the records in my possession.
But you heard it.
But somebody did, and it was on, wherever we were hanging out or whatever.
Right.
It was playing, along with a bunch of other stuff at the time, a lot of punk stuff. Yeah. But we accepted them big time.
Yeah, you did.
Because it was just so fast. Like Whiplash was just nuts to me.
Yeah.
How that was going on.
Yeah.
And they continued with really great records. And the vocal was just undeniable, man. It was
pretty cool.
It was just so good, and they were so fucking young. But he's maintained that sonic, amazing Metallica sound.
Yeah.
Throughout their whole catalog.
He's irreplaceable. You can't replace him. There's no way.
You can't. And it was at the time that was just so fast and heavy, indelible.
Right.
And back to your point about being in their prime.
Yes.
He was the front man of frontmen in metal bands at the time that I was getting into metal.
No argument there, man. Yeah. If there's a negative, you're talking in their prime. So I get that. So if you're not, he's one of those guys who falls victim to this, and a lot of them do, where you kind of become a caricature of yourself.
Right.
Like his delivery with the ooh and the ooh.
That was later, but he wasn't really doing that at the beginning.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. His voice changed a lot from Kill 'Em All to the Black Album.
Yeah.
Like, there's a serious shift there.
Sure, but it still worked for Metallica, and it's still...
Oh, yeah. No.
So good, man.
He learned how to sing.
And he's a guitar player, which...
Yeah. Is he ever?
There's not many on this list that are guitar players,
And again, like Motorhead, punk enough for punk, metal enough for metal. They were right in there, too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking Hetfield's awesome.
Yeah.
Papa Hat. Good?
5. Let's go.
5. Number 5 for me. This little dude's about 5'4".
I know it is.
Does this a lot.
Uh-huh.
He says he invented it, but Gene Simmons says he did. I feel like I saw Gene doing it earlier, but I can be proven wrong. Either way, Ronnie James Dio at number 5 is fucking badass.
No question.
Now, this is one of the guys that, on stage, he's not super dynamic, but he's got a presence about him. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm good with that. It's his fucking voice. Takes him to number 5 for me. Like, holy shit. The power out of this little fucking dude. Like, and the lyrics. And yeah, from full-on metal to ballads, he fucking sings it all wicked. Again, with the lyrics. And let's just rattle off Man on the Silver Mountain, Heaven and Hell, Holy Tiger,
Ride the Tiger.
Ride the Tiger. I mean, the guy is just, he's all time. He's one of the GOATs. Yeah, Ronnie James Dio, number 5. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. I was tempted to put Jack Black in my top 10 because I know he channeled Dio pretty heavy.
Just slightly in the D. The D channeled Dio.
But I digress. But yeah, awesome pick.
And look at the Rainbow, Sabbath, Dio, and Heaven and Hell, which is basically Sabbath. I mean, how many guys are that successful in 3 separate bands?
Oh, yeah.
The answer is none.
No. Hey, what a great Dio, man.
Oh, come on.
It's so good.
I remember the first time I saw Sabbath was with him on the Mob Rules tour.
Oh, I love that record.
We walk into the arena, and there's 2 huge white inverted crosses, one on each side.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in the right place.
My mom would be proud.
And there was bikers everywhere.
Yeah.
Weed everywhere. This is going to be awesome. Anyway, yeah, fucking love you. Yeah.
All right. What are we at here? 5?
You're 5 now.
We've talked about him already.
Well, we're going to double up on a lot of these, I'm sure.
That's the thing. But I'll never forget the first time I heard 18 in Life. And I had this cassette deck in my little Chevy Tracker. I remember this to the day when I first heard this song.
Yeah, it's a gooder.
Oh, dude.
Overplayed, but
I know.
it's good. It's
But
good.
but that high note he hits at the end is the clincher for me on this guy's voice, and how raw and the pain and the power and all of it worked for me. Like, it was just so fuck. So I got sucked in. Now it was only a number of songs, but that it's indelible in my brain, and I can see and visualize where I am the first time I heard him. And I thought, fuck, this is too good.
I had tickets to see him at the Palace there.
Yeah.
Which is basically a big bar venue. And he's doing that first album in order in its entirety and then playing a few hits, right? So I was all over it.
Yeah.
But it'll happen. Reschedule.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to go back to like kind of these memories that really just kind of pop, you know.
But I don't know what he did to these guys because they can't get it together. He wants it. They want no part of it. I don't know whose wife he fucked or whatever he did.
Yeah.
But I won't see them without him. I'd rather go see him solo every day of the week.
Yeah. Awesome voice. And it just screamed his way. Yeah, I don't know. I just loved every minute of it.
You had him higher than me. Nice work. Okay. Number 4. Papa Het. James Hetfield.
Oh, you got it 4.
Oh, yeah. Come on. But this is the pissed off, drinking, long-haired Hetfield is what I like. Hey, I'm glad he's around, and I'm glad he got his shit together, but he lost his edge.
Yeah.
Like, the first time I saw them was the Injustice for All tour, and it was just, intense, angry, fucking... It was one of the best concerts I've ever seen to this day. It was so good. Oh, my God. And what a rhythm player. That right hand is just going.
This is the whole thing. Like, this is super talented to be able to do both and not miss, because you're on display, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're writing every song.
Every night.
With Lars.
Yeah.
They co-write every tune.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just made a note. Yeah, he lost his edge, but I mean, he had to sober up or he's going to die, right? So, Creeping Death, Master.
Dude.
To something like The Unforgiven. Look at the vocal on that. People are like, holy shit, he learned how to sing. And it's phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What else can I say about Hetfield that you haven't said?
Battery.
Oh. Battery. That delivery.
Yeah.
See, I like heavy music, but the vocal needs a certain character and it needs melody, and Metallica has that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do Slayer, but I can do Megadeth and I can do Metallica because the melody's there and that vocal isn't screaming at me all the time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I love James Hetfield, and yeah, he's number 4.
Well, and that's the power too, and it's a good pick to have that high too, because it's not like they're just screaming and jumping around all the time. There's some ballady type stuff where they're holding notes and just kind of emotion is in there, and he can pull that, man, and make you feel something pretty strong, which is pretty cool, man.
Oh, dude, he could say anything from the stage, and all 15,000 people would do it.
Totally.
Like, it's that kind of power, right?
Yeah. Oh, Ronnie shows up at number 4 for me.
Ronnie at 4. We're just flipping. We're just doing this.
It's tough with the last few because it's and he was so committed. Like we laughed about it earlier. Ride the tiger. You know, it's like, what? But I love it, you know, and he sells it to me so whole heart and soul. And And he's, again, another great guy that had awesome guitar players that just...
Oh, yeah. He had the songs to work with. Oh, yeah.
Right. That just set it on a way different level.
He goes from Richie Blackmore to Tony Iommi to Vivian Campbell. Like, these guys are like, come on.
Right. Smart. But they want him too, because he brought all that commitment to it.
Oh, yeah. Just the power.
Yeah, just the power. Just the power and the small package and the commitment to all that is everything but metal. What was it?
Death to all but metal.
Death to all but metal. Yeah. He brought that commitment. Oh, we should put the clip.
And I think he had a sense of humor about himself too. It's not like he took that Dungeons and Dragons stuff seriously. It just sounded cool, you know?
Sure. And I think there's a lot of geeks that love that too, man. But
sure. If you listen to Fools.
But that's the mob rules, baby. Yeah.
Okay, we're into the top 3. Here's where it gets, well, we know who we haven't talked about, so it's just a matter of order.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number 3, the air raid siren, Bruce Dickinson. Number 3.
Wow. Number 3?
Oh, yeah.
You're fucked.
I mean, what am I going to say about Bruce Dickinson? Yeah, his vocals are unreal. The energy on stage is something I really focus on. And this guy runs a marathon up there. I've seen Maiden every tour since Peace of Mind, pretty much. And, like, he's going, man, and hitting it all with no help whatsoever. Like, when you hear, "Scream for me, Calgary!" I mean, come on. He has such great charisma and control of that crowd on stage. Phenomenal. Yeah. His debut album with the band is Number of the Beast. Like there's a stiff on that album. And again, kind of like Vince Neil, not comparing Vince Neil to Bruce Dickinson, but in this way, it's accurate. He leaves the band. They're playing theaters. Blaze Bayley, nothing against Blaze Bayley, but without Bruce, it's not happening.
Yeah.
He comes back bigger than ever. Like, they're bigger now than they were back in the fucking day. And he flies the fucking plane.
I knew that was coming. Yeah.
How about, again, this is hard to pick 3 songs, but Hallowed Be Thy Name. I mean, that, if nobody's heard Iron Maiden and they wanted a song, that's the one to listen to, I think. Mm-hmm. Where Eagles Dare. Mm-hmm. And a little Aces High. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bruce Dickinson. Fucking. And my top 3, by the way, you ask me tomorrow, they could be switched. I mean, they're just, at that level, they're just all incredible. But number 3 is Dickinson.
Okay. Well, I know that our top 3 are probably close to similar.
Well, I know they're going to be the same, just the order.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
But I know that my 3 will be the same tomorrow as they will be in a month from now.
Okay.
I am pretty committed to my order. And it's just the way they came to me and how they impacted me.
Sure.
Over the long haul. Rob Halford's number 3 for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Boo.
See, and I say that about Dickinson. But Rob Halford, what can you say, man? Like, the rumors were that he saved a alpine couple in the mountains with his voice register of singing this high note as he's skiing on some alpine mountain.
What?
Yeah, there's like, remember we were talking earlier in this podcast about rumors? There was. His voice was so high, he saved an alpine couple, oh, fuck.
Are you reading Wikipedia again?
Oh, dude, this was years ago. This was like back in the 80s. For sure, when all the rumors were happening. But
right,
dude, there's so many great songs by this band that The Sinner.
What do you mean?
I have no idea. You go. Number 2.
Okay. Number 2. Rob Halford.
Wow.
They call him the metal god for a reason. 1 and 2, I don't know, took me a day. Like I didn't know what to do here. So I try to find a weakness in somebody and exploit it. And that's how, I think you got to make a call, right?
Right.
Yeah. Let's talk about Alfred. 4-octave range.
Yeah.
Like if I had to put together a metal band and I could pick any, all the positions, guitar, bass, drums, he would be my singer. If you're just talking about voice.
Sure. For singing, I get it.
Voice, there's none more metal than Rob Halford. This guy's voice is unbelievable. Like he can scream his ass off like in fucking Painkiller and sing fucking Evening Star.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
And you know it as soon as you fucking hear it. And his whole, you didn't know it at the time, the whole gay leather and studs S&M thing, you didn't know that, but he created a whole look for heavy metal. And with Glenn Tipton and KK Downing, they wrote all the songs. There's that. They wrote everything. Mm-hmm. Here's a little tidbit. I don't know if you knew this. So in 92, Sabbath's doing, another fucking tour, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're opening for Ozzy with Dio. Okay? They're supposed to.
Awesome.
Ozzy's headlining.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath with Dio was supposed to open. Ronnie's like, no. I'm not doing that. Fuck you. I'm not opening for Ozzy Osbourne. I'm Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
But he won't do the gig. Who steps in, does the gig one time with a prompter and fucking nails it. You can see it on YouTube. Rob Halford.
Wow.
Sang for Black Sabbath
this up, man.
for one show. Check it out, man. It's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And Dio said no.
Oh, yeah. He took it as an insult. Right?
Yeah.
I get it.
I get it. Yeah, it just seems.
But you can be professional too, but whatever.
Yeah.
But my point is, Halford came in and fucking killed. Like he was.
I got to
say. He loves Sabbath.
That's
right?
awesome.
Yeah. Another little nugget, and I'll post these links in the description if you want to see an awesome clip. And I've shown people this a lot of times in my home theater on MTV Live back in the day, like it'd be early 90s. Halford was in that band Fight.
Right.
So it's a bit awkward. He's got shorts and he's got a flannel cut off shirt and his hat's on backwards, which I fucking hate, as I told you.
You're really selling your second pick here. Yeah.
Oh, hang on though.
Okay, yeah.
You got to overlook his look. It's Skid Row, the entire band with Sebastian and Rob Halford doing Delivering the Goods.
Ooh. Oh,
dude,
that song, man.
It's incredible watching Sebastian and Halford trade vocals. It's fucking unreal. It's unreal. Check it out. Anyway, 3 songs, Victim of Changes.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Riding on the Wind from Screaming, or Screaming for Vengeance, that title track. You want to hear a guy scream.
Screaming. Oh, yeah.
That last screaming?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
You get a hand clap. You get a hand clap from Beau on that one, man.
Oh,
it's such a great track.
Exactly. I'm not even going to do it. Anyway, Halford is incredible, and he's number 2 for me. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Ozzy Osbourne is number 2 for me.
Ozzy's number 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Ozzy's 2. He was the first for me because I heard Black Sabbath early. I was scared out of my fucking pants and loved it. And it was just so ferocious. And Black Sabbath became a staple from there on. You can see in the background here, I got the vinyl collection from.
So your first time you heard Sabbath was the first album?
Very first album.
Good for you.
I can't even put into words how heavy it was and how heavy it felt. And then
it's weird. Like the song Black Sabbath, think how early that is weird. Like it's a weird song.
Oh, right. But it was so heavy.
Yeah.
Like it was so heavy.
Yeah.
And the Wizard.
Fuck, I love the Wizard.
Oh, me too. These kind of tracks, and this is Ozzy so young.
Yeah.
And so right for the time, and the inventors of heavy metal.
Yep. Well, yes, I would say that's true. Them and Priest just a little later, but those two bands for sure. Yep.
Right. So
Yep.
I put them as that. Like,
Yep.
he was a little heavier. He was speaking on a different level, man. And
look, after that speech, what the hell's number one? You got some talking to do on number one.
oh, don't worry, I will. But that's so you're number one, and then we'll go because I know,
what
your
my
number one is. Yeah.
You know what my number one is? We were just talking about it.
I'm saving you the tunes. But go. Yeah.
Of course, it's fucking Ozzy, the godfather of metal. I mean, what can I add to what you just said? Well, his vocal, again, one syllable, you know it's him. Like, it's so distinct.
Yeah.
That delivery, right? And what I love about him, he's fun. He's like and I don't want to say clown is a derogatory thing, but he's like a lovable clown that you root for. Like on stage, he just wants you to have as much fun as he's having.
Yeah.
Whether it's throwing buckets of water into the crowd or a foam cannon, he tries so hard to get you to have a good time. I love that about him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all vocals aside. I mean, his vocals are awesome. I think he's an underrated singer, personally. Like, I think he's a great singer. But that fun thing, I just love it. Well, we talked about the lyrics. He doesn't really write lyrics, but who gives a fuck? He sings the shit out of them. 40 musicians have worked with him through his career. Why do you think that is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they want to work with this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's got a talent they want to be around. And kind of like I was talking with the Elvis thing, excuse me, with Vince Neil, the fucking Osbourne show, I fucking hate that show, and I'll tell you why. It's phony. It's not real. I don't know if people realize this. Oh, Ozzy, he can't talk. And
Here, shuffle from one end of the kitchen to the other. Yes.
But do you realize that he's doing that on purpose?
Yeah.
So people see that year after year, and they think this guy is just a buffoon. He's not. He's a super talented fucking artist, and he deserves to be recognized as such, right? I fucking hate that show for that reason. I mean, I found it entertaining, but I'm smart enough to know it's not real. How do you use the remote? Like, come on. He knows how to use the remote.
Where are the dogs?
The producer's going, okay, do this, Ozzy. Okay. I think he should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist on top of Sabbath. I know the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's a joke, but he should be in there as that. Easily worthy of that. He doesn't give a fuck is another thing I like about him.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit what you think. He doesn't care what I think. That's what a rock and roll rebel is. That's what rock and roll is and should be. And he's been that since that first album you were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
he's been that through his whole career. This guy's not going, what can I do to please these people? No.
Yeah.
He's not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a note here. It would be a fucking shame if he was remembered as the guy that bit the head off the bat. You know, all these things, they're funny and part of his legacy, but it kind of, in a way, diminishes the talent that he is. You know what I mean? Because you hear Ozzy Osbourne, great vocals and songs might not be the first thing that pops into your head. It is for me. But for your average person, it's, that guy who bit the head off the bat that he thought was plastic, or he pissed on the Alamo, or he fucking whatever, right? Here's the why I put him number one and not Halford or Dickinson. Remember I said I had to hang my hat on something?
Yeah.
It was so hard.
Yeah.
Halford and Dickinson can't tour arenas as a solo artist. No fucking way. Steve Harris, for example.
That's interesting.
Steve Harris, who is Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Say what you want. He has a band called British Lion. He's got a couple albums out. They play bars.
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne plays arenas to this day.
Yeah. 3
songs. Diary of a Madman. Buckle up for that one.
Yeah. Just enjoy it. Headphones.
And I'm spreading these out. over his career. Miracle Man. I love the vocal on that one, especially the way it starts. The video when he rips off that Jimmy Swaggart mask, and so great. And No More Tears, I think, is a great vocal. Number 1, Ozzy fucking Osbourne. No brainer.
And I know
I'm turning off my iPad.
You kind of know where I'm going. I don't need my notes.
I know what your pick is. I just don't like it. No, I love Bruce.
Yeah, the thing for me is,
what is the thing for you, Beau? What is it?
I've listened to more Iron Maiden than any of the other two in the top.
Really?
Yeah.
Then Ozzy. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think over time and impressionable, like Ozzy hit me, but when Maiden went, and probably because Maiden was the first band, the heavy metal band I saw.
Really?
Because I went to the Peace of Mind tour.
Me too. Yeah, that was awesome.
And Maiden became everything, and it's almost like the Judas Priest Iron Maiden thing.
They're so great.
Yeah, they're so great, but you tend to like one just slightly more than the other. And for me, that was Maiden.
Yeah.
But not just slightly. I was just a big fan of everything they were doing. And the melodies, the range of his voice.
Yeah, it's killer. Yeah.
I just spent way more time with it. And
he's so theatrical with the costumes, and like he could be on Broadway, this guy.
There's that part of it for sure. He
Right.
could do Phantom, he could do all these. He was a great singer.
Yeah.
He was a great frontman. He ran around that stage. He
still is.
And still is. And he's in
Still
shit.
is.
And constantly, he's smart. He is, check the boxes, man. It's like 1, 2, 3, boom. Forget it. Trooper.
Except that one box I pointed out. That's it. Just the one
box is that?
Can't sell it in an arena.
Oh. Yeah.
There's no one box.
You already mentioned Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Yeah, it's so good.
You already mentioned. I mean, there's Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Yeah, that's another gooder. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not hearing Doug Dickinson. He's incredible. Yeah.
So, but that's just where I was at the time. And I know you and I've talked about this in the past on numerous occasions, that I've always favored Iron Maiden for many reasons, and
yeah, I like Priest, it's not a lot.
I know, but that's the thing.
Just a sliver.
Yeah.
Like when Priest puts out a new album, I am all over it. Maiden puts out a new album, it's usually kind of boring. If you listen to the last 3 albums, fire up a Maiden's last album, for example, and fire up Priest's last album, and you let me know which one you like better. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Okay, it's honorable mention time. 3 honorable mentions in no particular order.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, these guys might not be the greatest vocalists, but they got a vibe and a cool... It's just all about attitude for me when it comes to heavy metal. And these guys, I don't know, man. They're just...
They got it going on.
They got me hooked, line and sinker. Do you know who Peter Steele is?
Yes, I do. Black. Typo negative. Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Negative, yeah. That voice, it was Dracu, it was Dracula, it was dripping with evil and blood. Oh, yeah.
And blood.
Captivating as fuck. Big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He had a vibe and a way to sing songs in that band that was dark and heavy and weird. And yeah, he's on my list for honor.
Well, it was weird. Yeah, they're like, I think I have a best of theirs. They're almost like a parody. Might not be fair, but they're pretty cartoony. Like that delivery is like out of the Munsters or something.
Yeah, but it was just I couldn't. It was like an earworm that you can't get rid of. You liked it, and I liked it, and I wanted to hear it again and again, and I just thought it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, their cover of Cinnamon Girl is pretty interesting. I know that.
Yeah.
Okay. My first honorable mention I had down here is Lemmy, of course.
Ah, yeah.
He wasn't in my top 10. Why? And he just stands there and sings. So that kind of took him off the top 10. He's not working it.
Yeah.
He's just cool. He's just a badass.
He's just a badass. Yeah.
Primary songwriter, lyricist, cool voice, and his bass tone. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it already. Ace of Spades, Too Late, Damage Case. You can throw a dart at their catalog and it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lemmy, honorable mention, of course.
Awesome. This goes back to the conversation we were having about what qualifies as metal.
Yes.
Love this band. A lot of people love this band. Consider it kind of a new prog metal band. Tool. Heard of them?
Yes, little Maynard James Keenan.
It's just a whole different take on it all. And a whole cool vibe that wasn't your kind of in your face, more intelligent.
Nope.
But still got that double kick and still got that heavy guitar and still got this performance vocal, right? It's not just screaming, it's performance metal rock. And
vocally, yeah, on stage, not so much, but yeah.
No, but vocal he does. And I mean, he dresses for it. You know, he does this and that. Maybe he's not jumping, running around like Dickinson, but.
Well, that's an understatement. He never moves off the mic stand. Never.
Right.
The drum set's at the back. He's got a riser at the back. At the back. The singer's at the back. Mm-hmm. Stands there in the middle of that riser. Never moves for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's what takes him down for me. But I love his voice. Absolutely.
His voice, and just it's all kind of different and just still heavy and still awesome. Yep. And love it. And honorable mention for me.
And really distinct tone to his voice for sure.
Yeah.
My second honorable mention is the guy you mentioned already is Rob Zombie. Kind of the antithesis of the guy you just mentioned. This guy's all over the shop.
Yeah.
What I love about a Rob Zombie show, so if you're in a venue that's just got a flat floor, sometimes you get fucked. Yeah. Because if the stage is too low, you can only see waist up if you're lucky, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's smart enough. He's got at least 3 platforms in front of the stage, and he just hops from one to the other. So you can see him boots to top of his head, right? Yeah. Well, he's just going. This guy is a showman. It's like Halloween exploded on stage. It's fucking
he's wearing costumes that just accentuate so much. It's just awesome to watch, right?
He's cool as fuck, and his voice I just think is really cool, and it just suits the music to a T. It just does.
Oh, right? He knows what he likes, man. It's awesome that one.
Like when I saw the video for Thunder Kiss 65, oh my god!
I love the name. Yeah.
What is this? You know, muscle cars, wrestling masks, all this fucking weird shit. And like you said, Dracula and Super Beast is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. The show is king, and I love the show, and he is the showman on that one. Yeah. So yeah, Rob Zombie, honorable mention.
Okay, this is going to be way out of left field. My final honorable mention.
Oh, here we go. I like left field. That's all right.
But
Don Henley.
The Boys of Summer. Yes, classic heavy metal riff. When I first heard of this band, the name Rammstein.
Wow, you're going there?
I am. Because it was another form of metal that I had no idea, but when I heard it, I was scared and it was weird.
Yeah.
So weird. Till Lindemann is the frontman for Rammstein.
Yeah.
Different tact, but this guy was so committed to his performance. Like I'm watching a video, a live video. I can't remember where it was, but the band is out there. They're lit, and it's scary as fuck. And they're playing these heavy riffs, and they're just kind of trading them off. And all of a sudden, you see this guy kind of dragging something on the stage, and it's like this big, I don't know, torture chamber fucking thing. But he's dragging it, and it's just this whole performance thing as he gets closer and closer to the mic, and the guitars are kind of coming together, and they all kind of end up there, and you're like, this is a whole another level of just captivating. I like this, even though I don't know what the fuck they're saying or what they're talking about. It was unforgettable.
I've got one of their concert Blu-rays. And you can talk about Motley Crue, you can talk about Kiss. The fucking show these guys put on is unreal, especially with Fire. That's surprising. I didn't think you were a Rammstein guy. I like him too, man.
And now it's got to be moderation completely. But if you put it into this catalog of Metal Frontmen, to me, it was like I had to talk about this guy because he was on a different level.
My third honorable mention is a guy who kind of made Gene Simmons look like Donny Osmond. Any idea who that is? Let me take your cod piece, Gene, and shoot fire and fucking sparks
up. Are you
up.
talking Blackie right now?
Blackie, fucking Lawless, number 3, honorable mention. This guy, I love Wasp. Let's just say that right off the fucking top.
I'm not surprised by this one bit, Randy.
Oh, first off, his voice is cool as shit. Forget all the theatrics. His voice is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he writes all the songs.
I think he fucks like a beast. I heard that too.
He's an animal. He fucks like a beast. Circular saw blade on the codpiece shoots fucking sparks out of it. Yeah, I Want to Be Somebody. Wild Child. L-O-V-E. Yeah.
All I want is love, machine.
Yeah, Blackie Lawless, like not today, because he looks like Elvis with long hair.
Yeah.
Like he's bloated. But back in the day, Blackie Lawless is badass. Love Blackie Lawless. That's my third.
I remember the first time I heard Wasp on a Ghetto Blaster on a cassette tape in about 19.
Oh, that first album's killer.
Yeah. We were all pretty interested. You had to be there was only a small group that were really appreciative of Wasp at the time, but they were hardcore about it.
They would not fly today with the politically correct crowd. Like they had a chick on stage inside a torture device, and it's just full on. Well, that was a blast. That has always been.
That was really good. I knew the top 5 would have been kind of similar.
Yeah. We overlapped a lot, really.
We knew that was going to happen to some degree, I think. And, good show. I think we had some great records to talk about. It was good to get into them. On the Green Day. And, I didn't see that coming, buddy. I didn't.
What's the new Green Day album sound like?
It's a high falsetto backing vocals.
Oh, it just spoke to it. Yeah, I liked it. What can I tell you? Hey, as usual, everybody send us your top 10s, man. Let's that's your list. Or what you think of these albums, whatever.
I think we should do a little poll and see what our next. I want to have 3 options for a top 10 and what we should do. But yeah, we can open it up to the public on this one.
Of course, yeah. More participation, the better, man.
For sure. But good fun, man.
So I'm looking forward to the next episode. Watch the ZZ Top documentary. We'll talk about that next show.
Right. There's a couple documentaries, and we might talk about that guitar one, Turn It Up.
The Kevin Bacon one, yeah.
It's on Prime, yeah.
We'll talk about both those.
Yeah, so we'll get into some docs on the next one, and we'll see what else is happening. Obviously, not a whole lot of concerts going on right now, but good to do it this way with you, man.
Okay, man.
Until the next one.
Cheers.
Rock and roll, baby. Cheers.
Okay, we're out.
Later.